welcome to Chapter 3, Lesson 3. Today we're going to be doing a problem-solving investigation. Our strategy is determining should we estimate or find an exact answer. And let me tell you that key word, we talked about it in the last video. It's about. Woo! Whenever we see that word about, that means we need to estimate. If it doesn't have about, guess what we're going to do? Exact answer. You're right. All right, let's get started. To celebrate Arbor Day, Britta's school district planted trees. The high school students planted 1,536 trees. The elementary students planted 1,380 trees. Oh, look at that word. About, let's circle it. How many more trees did the high school students plant? Okay, so the first thing is we need to understand the problem. What facts do you know? We know that the high school students planted 1,536 trees, and that the elementary students planted 1,380 trees. Now the next question is, what do we need to find about how many more trees the high school students planted? High school students planted. So our plan is, an exact answer is not needed. I will estimate. Doesn't tell us what digit we're estimating to, though. What do you think we should choose? I'd choose 100. I agree with them. When in doubt, choose 100. It's kind of a safe bet here. So 1,536, I'd circle the 5, underline the 3, tells me the 5 stays the same. 1,500. Circle the 3, underline the 8, add 1, so 1,400. Then subtract 1,500 minus 1,400 is 100. So about 100 more trees are planted by the high school students. Does our answer make sense? Yeah, because if I go backwards, if I use inverse operations, so it's called, and I take 100 plus 1,400, I would get 1,500, and that checks out. So yes, it does. Okay, so I just kind of worked my way back up. 100 plus 1,400 should give me the top number, 1,500. If I did my math right. So, makes sense. Let's try the next one. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Please do not write all these words down. I know that would take you a very long time to write all of the words down. So what we're going to just do is, I just want you to listen. If you have a question, you could stop and pause and try again. Listening again. If you don't have a question, great, we'll just move on. Here we go. Students in grades 2 and 3 wrote 61 stories to celebrate Author Day. The second graders wrote 26 stories. How many stories did the third graders write? Okay, so we see here, together they wrote 61. Just the second graders wrote 26. So what facts do we know? So we know together, I'm going to write it that way. Together equals 61 stories. Second grade equals 26 stories. Okay, so what do we need to find? Now notice, I don't see the word about. Do you see it? It's not there, which means we need to find an exact answer, doesn't it? Okay, so what do we need to find? How many stories the third graders wrote? So I'm just going to write third grade stories. And our plan is to, we need to subtract. My plan is I'm going to take 61 minus the second grade stories. And that will give me my unknown, my third grade stories. And I need an exact answer. An exact answer, ANSWER. An exact answer is needed because there's no about. So let's solve it. Oops, I put the wrong question here. Sorry, don't listen to this. So it was 61 stories minus 26 stories. And so I need to ungroup, don't I? 1 minus 6, I can't do it. I need to go next door to my tens place and say, hey, Mr. Tens, can I take a 10? He says, sure, I'll give you 10 ones. I already have 1, so now I have 11. 11 minus 6 is 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. 35 stories. And this is 3rd grade. So I'm going to write 3rd grade wrote 35 stories. Yay! Does your answer make sense? So I'm going to choose to do some estimating. I'd say 61 is about 60. 60 minus, well, 26 would round to 30. 60 minus 30 equals 30 stories. And 30, so how we would, the kind of a symbol that we write to show that it's near is we do a wavy equal sign. And that means is about. So I'd say 30 stories is about 35 stories. And that checks out. Check. Because 30 and 35 are very close together. So we estimated. So yes, my answer does make sense. This is taken from the homework. It's like the back page of the homework. So if you'd like to follow along, you can go there. All right, this problem says determine whether each problem requires an estimate or an exact answer. Then solve. Okay, let's read. Gavin saved $53 in August and $15 in September. Is it reasonable to say he needs $50 more to pay for a karate class that costs $100? Explain. I don't see an about, so we're going to find an exact answer. Okay, so say $53 in August, $15 in September, and he has a karate class that's $100. So first step, let's see how much has he saved so far. I'm going to take 53 and add it to 15 to get 68. So they said he needs 100 total. Is it reasonable to say he needs $50 more to pay for a karate class? Well, if I take 100 and I see how much more money he needs to save, minus 68. All right. I have to ungroup all the way at the hundreds. Yikes. That doesn't help me do 0 minus 8, so I have to ungroup my 10. And now I have 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 6 is 3. So he needs $32 more to make 100. $32 more to pay for his karate class. And so is it reasonable to say he needs $50 more? I would say no, he needs $32 more. Now, would he have enough if he made 50 more? Yeah, but does he need to make 50 more? No. So, there we have it. That's all I have for you today. We're just looking for that special word, keyword, about. If it says about, we estimate. If it doesn't say about, we find it an exact answer. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.